Good morning, guys. Welcome to FYI. We trust that you are great, whether you're joining us on Twitter, you're joining us on LinkedIn, you folks on YouTube, you guys on Facebook, wherever you're joining us from. Welcome, folks. Happy 1st of December. Believe it or not, it's the first day of December already. And we hope that you guys are well. We hope that, December is going to be good to you, much like the rest of the year. And, now it's really tying up. You're drawing on, you coming in on the finish line from where you started the year from. We all started so excited and exuberant with this new year, 2022, and all that it pertained, all that was in store for 2022. We hope it did you guys some good. And now it's time to finish strong, guys. It's the first day of December, the last day of the month, the last day of the year, the last month of the year. And we got to finish very, very strong. Karen Black, we see you there. And Ayabo Natasha Congress, Junior Ramatar, we see you as well. And Claire Alexis Charmley Richmond. We got to finish strong, guys. And that's going to be our encouragement for the rest of this year. Certainly you had some goals and some dreams, some aspirations. How you were going to spend 2022. Some of you have already gone forward and you're looking at 2023 and what holds in 2023 for you. And we hope that you guys are coming that much closer to accomplishing all your hopes and dreams, your aspirations as it pertained to 2022. We're in the closing days, guys. We're in the closing days of this year, the final month, and we trust that you guys are well. Leon Blair and all the other folks, all the Facebook users, Wayne Liddell, good to see you there. And again, Leon and all the other guys, Margaret and the folks who are joining us around the world. We're so privileged to have you guys here. We got quite a bit of information to get through this morning. We want to thank you for your time, and we want to thank you in the anticipation of you spending this hour with us. We know some of you are going to come back later on and watch the program who are not with us here as yet. We're going to encourage you as well to share that live stream, that live, share the link, folks. And those of you who are on now with us, share the live stream, smash that emoji button for us, guys. And please remember, too, to partner with us so we can keep on doing what we are doing here. Good to see you, Gwyneth Anderson and Alec Cummins. Joel Ward is here as well, and Edward Brooms. I see Royston Sampson is here too. Royston says, brace it over very early. Gwyneth Anderson is here. Good to see you, Gwyneth, and all the other guys who are joining us. It is great to see you. Share the live link for us. Share the live stream. Smash that emoji button, guys. We're ready to get into it. The morning papers. Henry Rodney is here as well. We see Ayabo Natasha Congress, Joel Ward. Great to see Joel. Really good to see you, Joel, and the other guys. Good to see Ayabo as well. Ayabo, how are things where you are? Ayabo is in the UK, and the hours ahead of us, but we're so grateful that Ayabo always tunes into our program. Good to see Rena Cummins. And I know you had a visit recently from Irfan Ali. I hope that went well, dear. Peters Hall, Providence, and the allied areas. Sharma E. Grant Melville is here with us as well. Good to see you. Sharman John Sullivan is here too. Chisel Chipper's here. Chisel said, brother, yeah. Brace it over, Chisel. I see Gloria Skinner is here too. Good to have you, Gloria. Good to have you. And all the other guys who are joining us, whether you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever you're joining us from across the social media sphere, welcome and a very good morning to folks like George Hector, folks like Rowena, Claire Alexis, Charmley. Good to have you, Claire. Lola Lancaster, Bishop, great to have you as well. One of the things we're going to show you guys later on is a Christmas tree they put up in the International Airport there in Atlanta. Guyanese Christmas tree, from the looks of things, like various countries have the opportunity to light up a Christmas tree there, and the folks decorated a Christmas tree there in Atlanta, and we've been so grateful representing our country. We are so grateful. Thank you guys down there in Atlanta for keeping the flag flying high. Thank you, folks. Right? Thank you, folks. Joy Kosher and Karen Rollins, Donna Daly, Linda Thomas. Good to see you, beautiful, wonderful folks. And folks, we are ready to get into the morning papers. No time to lose. We are ready. We're fired up at this end, guys. And we hope that you guys are. The weather outside. What's happening wrong by you, folks? We had some rain, and we're in the national capital city of Georgetown, where we're broadcasting live from. We're in the national capital city How are things at your end? How are things at your end? The morning papers for you guys. We got a couple of headlines we want to shoot to you folks to let you know what's percolating at our end. To give you guys a look at what's percolating at our end. Folks, the morning papers, the House yesterday, the National Assembly passed the higher purchase bill, of course. Of course. You know, we can have our Salem boys will have their way because they have the majority in the National Assembly. A majority of one, never mind. They passed the higher purchase bill. It's now an act. And one of the things we were saying to them there about this bill is that the additional hardships, the interest rates are going to pose. You know, you got a little 8% now, you know, some going back in tax, you know, the higher purchase man taking a bigger share now. We say, you know what, we could do right by our people. You know, we could do right by our people by relooking at this and trying to get the best deal possible from this higher purchase bill, or in this higher purchase bill for the Guyanese people. But they didn't want to hear at all. They didn't want to hear, so they passed the higher purchase bill in the current format. You know, like, what's the point? The National Assembly, we go there to transact the people's business. 65, well, minus 8 now. For those of us who are on suspension, 65. I don't think I've gone to Parliament for the year. I have 8 consecutive suspensions, 8 sit-ins. I can't remember if I've gone to Parliament for the year. For those of our colleagues who are there, you go to talk, you go to discuss, then we get the best policies for the Guyanese people. But the folks in government, they don't listen. Right? They're even hearing you, much more to be in that other state of listening to you. Right? They're not listening. And so they're going to tweak that bill no matter what you say. You see? No matter what you say. The opposition could assemble all of the experts in the world at higher purchase. And you could make recommendations as we do. Right? It will fall in their face because they come programmed. Right? The Manchurian candidates, they come programmed. Right? They have a set disposition. And that is the tragedy that we have. And so they passed the higher purchase bill, which the opposition believes is going to bring more hardship to the Guyanese people because you're already in an era of high cost of living, things tight as we see, and then you're going to add now to the burden of our people. And that was the area of contention, among other areas yesterday, and we're going to bring some of that to you guys in a subsequent broadcast. But that's one of the things, folks, hitting the morning papers. The administration has passed their higher purchase bill. Yep. We have a new ambassador, folks, to Suriname, FYI. We have a new ambassador to Suriname, Virginan Deepu. Virginan Deepu. I hope I'm pronouncing the ambassador's name correctly. And the ambassador was accredited recently, guys. New ambassador to Suriname. The ambassador we used to have there, I think, is now the ambassador of Canada. Is it? That being said, folks, new ambassador to Suriname. That's one of the things making the morning papers. Virginan Deepu. I'll say congrats to him. Congrats to him. May his tenure be long. And may he represent our country well. There in Suriname. May he represent our country well. Akila Ash and Joel Ward, Chisel Chipper, Timna Ford. May he represent our country well. Yeah. Wish him the best. Wish him the best. Folks, other things making the morning papers. Other things making the morning papers. They're telling us, more millions to be spent on the Cherry Jagan International Airport. This is like a Ponzi scheme now. This is like a Ponzi scheme now. This is perhaps the most expensive airport in the world and the longest in terms of construction time. The longest in terms of construction. This airport is being built since about 2010, 2011. Right? And we were just about finished completing it. And then boys come back in and then, here we are, more millions being poured into the airport. It's a cash cow. Right? It's a black hole where money is concerned. And in spite of the fact that the Minister of Infrastructure, Minister of Public Works, One Edgel, he is huffed and puffed. No more deadlines for the Chinese contractors there who was undertaking that project. No more money to be put into this project and so forth. Every month. As a matter of fact, I think last year, this time, they were telling us in March of 2022, this airport would have been completed. And now, boom, we have this headline. They're going to be spending more on the Cherry Jagan International Airport. The cost to build this airport could have probably built but 4 by now. And definitely in less time. Right? And, you know, one of the is huffed and puffed, but he can't blow down the Chinese company. No. They are saying, you know, you're going to have your say, we're going to have our way. And so he's come out publicly and he said quite a few times, and we've been tracking it, he's been saying quite a few times, you know, lay down the law. Ali went on a site visit there. You had one agent on a site visit there, and none of that. And this is still just lumbering on. So it's somebody's benefit. Because, you know, them boys are working for free at the Chen Jagan International Airport there. They're now working for free. So who benefiting from this contract just going on and on and on? With no end in sight. Ronnie Spencer term. Louise Wells, no end in sight, none. Navy Thomas, no end in sight. Sad to say, but that's how things breaking down. That's how things breaking down, and that's one of the things making the morning papers. Folks, it's Christmas. I want you all know that. It's the first day of December, and folks, for somebody's nice time. But somebody's nice time, they're telling us, the Ghana Free Company, there is still a lot of millions unclaimed. 39 million unclaimed. Yep, that's what the lottery company is saying. Somebody got a winning ticket. And one of us, the boys at this time, y'all are telling us stuff. You're 39 million. Is it you, Paul Mattis? Is it your ticket? Or you are candidly named the JIT? Is it Skellan? The ticket was bought in Skellan. Lyndon Jones, you got this ticket. 39 million in any currency is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. 39 big ones. Luan Hall, what about you? You got this ticket, Luan? Somebody's sitting down one nice time. You can't just buy ticket and you're checking the number. Right? Or they're going to wait late to go and collect. You see? When the excitement subsides, then somebody go with a big hat in their face and a dark shades. You can't recognize them. See? Yep. Somebody's got the winning numbers. And that is what they're telling us here. Let me see if we can pull up some more info on this one. Yep. Somebody got the winning ticket. And now this was carried as an ad in Sabbath News quite recently, that you have these unclaimed millions, 39. Right? Somebody rich and they even know it. That's what's striking here. Right? Somebody wondering right now, what do you think tomorrow? And you know you're still down on 39. Right? You know you're still down on $39 million. And guys, this was all the way back from August, you know. This money is unclaimed. The winning numbers were 02, 07, 08, 11, 19, and 25. And the bonus ball is 28. The free ticket number was H. Are those your numbers? All right. And here's a story here now. The ticket was sold at Nicola Guinness Bar, Virgin Nugent, in Vega. Ticket was sold there. Right? And the folks are urging that you pick up your money. I think I remember that church name will pick up. I think I remember. I think I remember. 39 million waiting to be claimed. That's nice time. Nice time Christmas. Jerry says Nashi. Right? Facebook user, no name, no warrant, says, I'm going to put on my mask. 39 million. Luan Hall said, I wish it was me. I never play Lotto. I played in the earlys, like twice, when it just stopped, like the first month, second month it came. I played twice. Ronaldo, Cassius, yep. Spencer John. You know, when I see some of y'all missing out the live, I don't know why. You probably went and claimed millions. 39 million folks still to be claimed. Yep. We're going to head over to the international news and see what's brewing there, guys. What's bringing the international news is that the British not taking it easy. The British guys, they're not taking it easy with oil and gas. Concerned? No. The British public say they want some of the millions that ExxonMobil making, some of the profits. Right? And the folks, they're gone on strike. British workers taken to the streets. They want better pay. What to be workers here, man? People stabbing me with back, slapping me with face, all manner of things, and we just, you know. How much chicks you got for turn? After a while, you run out of chicks. How many chicks you got to turn? Marley Lama, good morning. Eva Junan, Chelbastam Village. How many chicks y'all got to turn? The British workers said we had enough. We want more money. Is we hire? No, we want more money. That's what British workers are saying. What are you guys saying? What are you folks at RL saying? That's what's happening on that side, folks. Some stuff to bring regionally. Regionally, some stuff brewing, guys. Trinidad, fantastic place. Fantastic island, Trinidad. Well, the murder rate there is going up. 555 for the year. 3 were killed in Laventille recently. One wonders, with a man with a hammer gun, they can solve this crime problem in Trinidad. You know, David Rogers sang that song. With a man with a hammer gun. Tell me we gone. You know, has a line about Laventille. Many years ago. You know, thoughts and prayers go out to all the families who've lost loved ones in this spate of killings. 555 people. You see? Killed for the year. Imagine that. That's everybody on the line right now, plus some more. Plus some more. Yeah? Yeah, it's serious, guys. It's very, very serious. Very, very serious. And we got our own demons here to deal with. We own troubles. We own Baku. We got to deal with here in the 5 Light Troopers. We got our own things. So not everything the Trinidadians too much. You got a lot of good things happening in Trinidad as well. A lot of good things. Trinidad's a beautiful, productive place. It makes a lot of money. Nice time, nice time. But here, folks, we got our own demons to deal with. They're telling us that Matthew Ganga Prasad, he's wanting for slashing his ex's face. I hope to find him. So if you know Matthew Ganga Prasad, contact your nearest police station. He's wanted for slashing the young lady's face. You see? And we often say, guys, this is one of the pandemics. See? Violence against women and girls is at epic proportions locally. And this needs some special attention. And you got to give leadership to this. It can't come from the side or from the back. Has to be done from the front. You got to send a strong message to society that we're going to condone this foolishness. Because if he could go so far as slashing her face, you know what's coming next? Her life. And so a wanted bulletin has been issued for Matthew Ganga Prasad from the quarantine. Slashing, we say, the young lady's face. Slashing her face. Please. You know, calm yourself down, you know. The things in them. The things in them. Let us know, guys, if you have a story for us at your end. Let us know what's happening where you guys are. One WhatsApp number we have. Let us know. 627-6963. Something is happening at your end. Do let us know. Do let us know. Let me Thomas, I see that comment there. Do let us know, guys. Something is happening at your end. This is 21st century. Hit us up on WhatsApp. And while you're at it, folks, if you got any legal needs, we recommend the Alistair Collins form. Yep, if you need a commissioner to oath an affidavit, the Alistair Collins form. You need a justice of the peace. Same folks, the Alistair Collins form. They're down there at the Callion Mall, Lamaha Street between Camp and Waterloo. Guys, they're going to look out for your best interest. They're going to look out for your best interest. You can take that to the bank. Right? So, guys, you need affidavits done, declaration, agreements. You got some wills, or your will you need to get in order. You need some guidance on the visa process. These are the folks we recommend to you. The Alistair Collins form, folks. Carrier Mall, Lamaha Street between Camp and Waterloo. They're going to give you all the fix up. And your own business, your product, your service, your event could be featured right here as well. We got advertising space for you folks too. The one WhatsApp number, 627-6963. Drop us a message here. We give you guys the fix up. 627-6963. 663. Back to what's brewing locally, folks. You know, we talked just now about Ganga Prasad, who slashed his ex's face, Matthew Ganga Prasad. Well, athletics coach was arrested recently for raping a 14-year-old student after training session. You know, we featured a couple of nights ago the fact that the national championships are going on. This is the inter-school sporting activity, swimming and cycling and all of that happening currently. And they're telling us, the reports are that after one of these training sessions, in preparation for the national athletics competition that's happening as we speak, this 14-year-old student was raped by a coach, and this would have happened in Region 3 at the Lenore track and field facility there in Region 3. The child reported the incident to her parents, and the coach was arrested just yesterday. Just yesterday. You know, some situations like this don't even make you want to come out your house. But I'm in good chemistry and said I'm comfortable for some of these folks. Comfortable. Comfortable. You know. We hope that this young lady gets all the attention that she needs. You know, it's going to be a long journey to overcome this kind of trauma if you ever do. But we wish her the very, very best. And may the law take its course. May the law take its course, folks. May the law take its course. You know, again, it's a violence against women and girls we keep seeing all the time. It's one pandemic, and then we look at the other one. The carnage on our roads and our waterways. Oh, Father, you won't step outside your house. You know, when you see these headlines, Norton Street and Vicinity Road last night, we showed you, these drivers were traumatized. They saw the young lady sitting in one of the vehicles. They didn't even want to come out. She was so in such shock. You know, and sometimes these things happen like that. Quick. You can't catch yourself. The minute you take your eyes off the road, them boys come with you, you know. Them boys come with you. And this was last evening, Norton and Vicinity Road, Norton Street and Vicinity Road. Yeah. Thankfully, there was no fatalities, but the folks were pretty traumatized. Take a look. Yeah, that was last evening at Vicinity Road and Norton Street, also known as Cemetery Road. Right there, look at that. There's a gentleman who sells some lovely packaged fruits on the other side of the road there. Right on that junction, Vicinity Road and Norton Street. that happened. And we're thankful that there was no loss of life. Yesterday was such a day. It was, I don't know, but something in the air perhaps. Was something in the air. I see Warren Figueroa is here, Norton Street and Cemetery Road. Well, believe it or not, Warren, that is with the extension of Vincentian Road onto the old well site. That's Vincentian Road too. But you're right. People know the Cemetery Road. We rename everything. We know the Cemetery Road. Yep. There was a mudslide also yesterday. And though the gentleman, Charlie Taku, was listed as missing onto when we came on here, we're learning now that all of the workers for this construction site have been listed as safe and accounted for. And so Charlie Taku is not missing any longer. But the mudslide down there was something else. There. And, you know, the guys were, doing some work. There's a construction site, some construction work going on. And I don't know if they weren't paying heed to the signs and the warning, but sometimes it happens so suddenly too. Mudslide, folks. Region 10, Linden in particular. This is some of what happened in Linden yesterday as regards this mudslide.
Oh, Lord.
Reported live from the Elta Beck show.
This Poker Street at the back of Poker Street by Bella. Yeah, there's the sawmill. The store wood and everything. Claiming that they operate for FYI. Looking after operating the same market. Spring break, we can till up being soon. Suppose we have cover man idea. The man, they walking in stages, but the thing come down to him.
The whole hill is a spring.
Mm-hmm.
The whole hill water is coming.
Mm-hmm. Claiming a man that he just dirty. Claiming a man that he just dirty. Yeah. Yeah. No, when dirty come in, you got quick boy. All right. You will take life, boy. You don't even know the up to the man.
Yeah. That's Linden, and that's what happened regarding that mudslide. Yeah, we gotta stay safe out there, folks. You gotta stay safe out there. You just don't know. And you know, we're not so familiar with mudslides here. Some of the islands are, but it's still because we got a lot of hills here, as you go more inland, and still can be it still can occur. And so you gotta be very, very vigilant. I don't know if there's a correlation as yet between the construction that was happening and what happened with this mudslide, but one of the entities, media entities, that is Kaiju News, did say that all of the workers have been reported as safe, and also there were 3 houses that were damaged in the process. One was covered, destroyed completely by the mudslide, and 2 others were damaged in the process. Yeah, our thoughts and prayers, of course, go to all those folks traumatized by that experience there. Charles Ramson took the stand yesterday at the Commission of Inquiry. Ramson took the stand at the Commission of Inquiry. Yep. And on contrary to this demonizing of Clement Mingo, the Region 4 returning officer during the last general regional elections, Ramson actually said that Mr. Mingo was very cooperative. Was very, very cooperative. Some have sought to demonize Mr. Mingo as a rigger and so many other things. He said Mingo was very, very cooperative with him. A lot suggests he had an ulterior motive and all of that. Ramson said, very cooperative. Take a look.
And you have a copy of that letter. You are able to produce a copy of that letter.
That's correct.
This is the same returning officer whom you had discussions on the 1st of March.
On multiple occasions.
And acknowledged you, and you're wearing your badge.
That's correct. And on multiple occasions, and in fact, had specific discussions about the process that preceded on the day before, and then on the day and the days when it was happening, I would speak to him in that capacity, saying, for example, when we needed to pause because not everybody was in possession of their documents at that point, he paused it at my request.
So he was cooperative all along?
Absolutely.
And you have a copy of that letter. You are able to produce a copy of that letter.
That's correct.
This is the same returning officer whom you had discussions on the 1st of March.
On multiple occasions.
And acknowledged you, and you're wearing your badge.
That's correct. And on multiple occasions, and in fact, had specific discussions about the process that preceded on the day before, and then on the day and the days when it was happening, I would speak to him in that capacity, saying, for example, when we needed to pause because not everybody was in possession of their documents at that point, he paused it at my request.
So he was cooperative all along?
Absolutely.
Speaking of Mr. Mingo so amorously, wow, he paused it on my request. This demonizing Mr. Mingo, you gotta stop it. You have to stop it. You gotta stop it. Yolanda Thomas, them boys gotta stop demonizing Mr. Mingo. What are you having for breakfast at your end? What are you having? I hope you had enough of it. Because I want to spoil it as we proceed in the program. Don Sullivan, the truth shall set you free. John Jones, all fun parts. Yeah. Sometimes I don't even remember the show why it's going on. Sometimes you got to feel your pulse to see if it's still alive there, because some of the people there are of no value. No value to the process. No value to the process. Yep. The big issue, folks, a roof over every head. That should be the housing policy. And stop selling people dreams. A roof over every head. Former president promised that. A roof over every head. That's the big issue this morning. Do we have a housing policy now? Like, how is housing done? How is housing lots given out and houses built? What's the policy? How is get a house? Every Guyanese, regardless of, I think, where you live, your political affiliation, religious beliefs, you want shelter over your head. No, it's not Tessa, Waterman, Rena Cummins, Dahlia Anderson, Marilyn Lam. We want a house over our head. the elements off your back, the sun and the rain and all of those things. You know, you want somewhere for your family, a place of security and comfort. Yeah. Quite recently, Evan was on a walkabout. I think it's on the East Bank, and he encountered an elderly woman at a house there. He didn't listen to her for very long. From the account that I saw, he didn't listen to her for very long. He didn't spend a lot of time with her. I mean, he never even shook her hands. He stood on the step. You know, they had an exchange, and he asked one of the guys, bring up the graphic first. He asked one of the folks who were with him, who was deputizing for Vikram Bharat, his assistant, to take down the woman's details. This is them leaving that home. I think this is on the East Bank, right? This is them leaving that home on the East Bank. And this is the person who was designated to take her information down, right? Take Briganti's information down, right? Because apparently the home was in a bad state from what was reported. Thanks, guys. Well, today, early this morning, Ifeanyi returned, right? And what we thought initially was just simple repair seems to be a breaking down of the house and a rebuilding of the entire home. Good for Briganti if her home needed that. Good for her. But again, it brings into sharp focus, you know, how is housing done in this country? How can you effect repairs to your house? You have to wait, you know, and hope one day the president comes by on a walkabout and you get in. And I know a lot of people in that community saying, you know, auntie, get in here, but, you know, why ain't stopping by me? Because a lot of confusion with Big Auntie going forward, you know. All right? It'd be interesting to know if Big Auntie receives a pension, you know, how she goes about her daily upkeep. Because when you get fancy house, you attract a different set of problems. You got to be able to deal with the maintenance, you know, and all of that. And then you got them boys also. So all this morning, you know, we saw them out and about. And Evan himself went, and what you thought was a little repairs for the season, it was a big demolition exercise. And of course, you know, Ifeanyi never misses an opportunity for a photo op. Which brings into question, are these activities to help people, or is there to boost, you know, your feeling about Irfan? Because this could have been done quietly, away from the cameras, right? But you had cameramen, you had photographers, left, right, and center. Take a look at some of what happened. Yeah. So, guys, questions are being asked. Again, what is the housing policy? Gully God and Isabella Butters, Neil Lancaster Bishop. What's the housing policy? Is there an old house policy? So if you got an old house, you can go and you can sign up somewhere, and then you get them boys to come and knock down and build up a new house right away, right? Because this was on the 26th of November. According to the number we have here, Ifeanyi encountered this elderly woman living in this community, and this is the 1st of December, house being rebuilt? Is there an old house policy? Is there a big auntie policy that if you're over a certain age, you know, and your house in a little, you know, state, you can go and sign up somewhere and you can get your house knocked down and build back? Like, how do you go about this? How do you go about this? And, you know, ask me on that. I want to remind you of a prime candidate for a dwelling. Because while Big Auntie had a house, maybe not in the best shape, right? She had a roof over her head. We encountered a woman quite recently in the path of progress, according to the administration. We encountered a woman living on Independence Boulevard, where the administration is doing some rehabilitation work. And they told her she got to move. But this is no ordinary woman. This woman lives in a container. You got that right. An old freight container. An old freight container. So if there's anybody who is deserving of a roof over her head, is this woman on Independence Boulevard. And she's a big auntie too. She lives in a container. Somebody tag Office of the President. Tag Irfan Ali. Tag a member of the government. Because I want them to watch this, because this woman isn't getting the kind of service that is being given out clearly in other areas. And she's in Independence Boulevard. She's in the capital, the national capital city. And we covered this in one of our morning programs. Take a look at what we said then, and then at the woman who lives in a container in Independence Boulevard. Let me circle back to Independence Boulevard in our Boys Town. And that project the government is doing there, an enhancement project they call it. And the residents say they have no trouble, they have no problem with the enhancement project. It's the way in which the administration is going about doing it. You all know when we went into Independence Boulevard last week, just after I left there, when I just run out, he left the Bible study and he run out to do a live about me being in Independence Boulevard and talking to the residents there. And he says, that's true what they're saying. They care about them, and that's why they're bulldozing the houses. That's why they're bulldozing the houses. One of the things we didn't show you folks is an interview we did with a woman that is dubbed the container lady. She literally lives in a container. And where she's doing, and where they're doing this enhancement project, the claim is an enhancement project. It's not one of the risk business friends they're trying to sell the land to. The claim is an enhancement project they're doing. This lady is right in the path of the project. She lives in a container. In a container. In a country that has become one of the wealthiest countries in the world overnight. She lives in a container. Right? They're harassing poor people in this country. Money government for the big ones at the top, but poor people are they're harassing. Listen to her in her own words. Listen to her in her own words.
Well, Mr. Ejel come and say that he give you half an hour. Then he pass back and say he give you 3 days to move. If we can't move, he can bulldoze down with body. And I want Mr. Ali see this. Mr. Ali, I know you're a good man. I know that you know that Mr. Ejel treating me the way like this. The vice president, I know Mr. Jack Leo is an alright man. And this will coming to me right now. I know that the VP must be in our song and check what's going on. Mr. Ejel and Mr. Rupsum Ben tell a lady up the punch when she living in a little hut. She got 3 options. It's either she go in the Palms, the orphanage. They don't really care about poor people.
The morning, Mr. Ejel come and ask me how I get here. So I turn and I tell you that my husband uses to work with Mr. Thorn. Thorn had a container right away around here, so we living in Camp Street Force. And after then, he asked me if I know he is we gotta move from here. So I tell him yes, that I know that I gotta move. And then But truly speaking, I didn't hear when he says palms. Is this the girl who guy there? I hear she say, Jill says palms. But when the reporter come, something like this, she turned and said that you want to go to the palms or the health shelter. I said, no way, me want to go there. Then she turned and she said that if they find some way properly for put me, if I would go, I said yes. But no palms, no health shelter. Because me now all day invalid, me bedridden. Why we come here is through a house problem with the had and the man they carry to court. And we had to move from Camp Street. And after me, gentlemen, they with Mr. Thorne running this organization here. Mr. Thorne said, come and stay here.
Ma'am, how long have you been living here?
For 20 to 25 years.
You live in a container.
Yes.
You know, we have a country now that is wealthy. We get a lot of money from oil and gas and so on, but from oil mostly now.
Yeah.
You know, you live in a container, ma'am. And you're saying that you need somewhere better if they're gonna move you from here.
Yes, but the what they call the people Cheryl, what they call the people what does look after this construction?
You folks in the ministry, yeah.
Yes, well they tell me that they won't trouble this container unless if they get somewhere for me. Up to yesterday, the foreman or the contractor come and tell me that up to this morning, one of them come and tell me that so that they everything in the hands of the people, the minister them.
And just you alone living here, you don't have any kids or so on living here?
It was me and me, gentleman, but he died couple months ago. A year. He died the 24th of July. Yeah. So from since then, it's me alone living here with good neighbors around me.
Ma'am, we're very sorry for your loss, and we hope all this works out for the better eventually. You know.
But if they find some way for me, I don't want to go nowhere far from me neighbor them because I had an accident, right? And this on this left side, this whole left side here, so. And then they put in steel from a hip right down to my knee. And the steel now, they giving me a set of abscess. And from since then, they take out the steel. I can't walk a distance. It's some little children over there, my neighbor children them. If I want to send them in the shop, they would go. If I call Cheryl, well, she's my main source. Because when my husband died, I didn't have really nobody. And she was the one in and out, back and front, to and fro. Where I can't go, she go. So she's the main one for me. Yes, the girl tell me that if I like to go to the Palms or the health shelter, I said, Palms? I said, no way.
Yeah. And so we ask the question again, like, what's the housing policy? You got a big auntie policy? You got a old house policy? If your house old, you could, folks, to be frank with you, I love the fact that big auntie gonna be spending Christmas different from she spent Christmas last year. Love the fact she's gonna be spending Christmas different. But one to the other folks. One Edgel went and saw a woman living in a container. She's still living in a container. Independence Boulevard in All Boys Town. The middle of the city. Independence Boulevard in All Boys Town. There's a woman who lives in a container. Who didn't want to move and they said she can't go to the Palms. And then you pass by another house and, you pass by another house and then repairs. Guys, you can cue it up for us. The repairs can be effective within a week. So what's the policy? What's the criteria And how does one apply? You know, you gotta be waiting for the president to pass by to touch the hemi garment. Then your house can be made whole. You know. Again, for those of you now joining, we showed you this first interaction with them, the administration meeting this elderly woman, and God bless her soul. You know, the house she was living in, bring up the graphic first, guy. The house she was living in wasn't all of that. In 1 week, repairs are being effected. In 1 week. This morning, FYI team went and begun that repair. You know, thanks for the video, guys. Yeah, they begun that repair this morning. Take a look, take a look. You know, them breaking down the structure to begin rebuilding. What's the housing policy? Yeah. That's this morning. I love the fact that Big Auntie getting her house repaired. Right? But how does the woman in Independence Boulevard, you know, how does she get her little fixer-upper? I know a couple other big aunties could take a little fixer-upper for the season as well. How does the elderly, you know, partake in this? Or those folks who house little old got, you know, a couple boards missing and so on. How can they partake, you know, in this home repairs drive? Right? That woman who lives in Independence Boulevard in that container, you know, she could use an intervention. And unless she has some intervention, she can die right in that container. And we're one of the wealthiest nations on the face of the earth right now. But this thing look a little selective. This thing look a little selective to us, guys. You know, yesterday, interestingly, while they were planning to go and effect these repairs, and the cameras will be flashing and you'll see the headlines, FYI himself, you know, went to help rebuild this house. And some of y'all gonna be calling, oh, isn't he the best? Oh. While that was happening yesterday, the planning for the repairs, houses were being broken down in success, not to be rebuilt. Not to be rebuilt. The folks in success, like the folks in Caneview, Mucka, the folks in success on the East Coast, like the folks in Caneview on the East Bank, they want a roof over their heads. But the administration didn't give them an easy time. Yesterday, we were boots on the ground in success. Looking at what Central Housing and Planning is doing in that area, breaking down people's house. You know, some people have nowhere else to go. You go, you catch your little hand on the road, you come back, and all your things on the dam. In success, folks, it's literally life on the dam. It is literally life on the dam in success. Literally. We spoke with one of those persons there, trying to get a roof over her head. Life of the dam, life in the dam, life on the dam in success. We spoke with one of those persons yesterday, and here's what she said.
Yeah, we would like them to come in and tell we something, give we piece of land, because every time they come, every week, every other week they come, they only come in and break down, them in telling you nothing. When you try talking to them in answering you, they just ignoring you all the time. They just come in and break. We want to know what they're really doing with we. Everybody, how's they breaking down? And they ain't coming and telling we nothing what we doing. We living in here, we need somewhere to live. We just go through the mud. They block all the cocos back in 2020 when the flood success. All the cocos them lock. Every time the rain fall and the trench water is, we underwater. We just go through all of this. Soon as the water go down and the mud dry, they coming on, they breaking down, they ain't telling you nothing. All they asking you is to come into Ministry of Housing. When you go into Ministry of Housing, they ain't giving you no proper answer. They just writing up your name, take your information, and that's it. Next week they gonna come in, they gonna break again. It getting we frustrated. We need to know what they're really doing with us. Yesterday when they came, the dam full of mud, plenty mud, almost to your knee the mud, you're going down in the mud. I said when they see the mud, they're going to back up. These people just come with a whole team. That is what they do all the time. Come with 2 pickup with workmen inside, and they just put on the reflective vest, and they ain't uttering a word to nobody. They just start breaking. And if you try going to your structure that they breaking, I mean, you're working hard for your money, for get these money, for buy these things. Material and pricing easy now. For the longest 2 year material price high. When you got drug in them thing, you got fishermen, you got pay workman for bring them in. When you do pay workman now for build the house, they come in and break. Yesterday they come, they ain't send nothing to nobody. All they did was tie the rope and the people in house start pulling, start breaking. And when the people are going up to the structure, I mean, is your structure, you buy your things and you know how it's hard for getting money for buy it. You gotta go and represent your thing. They just got backing you up. If not, they come in with the whole baby force of police for block you off. And if you only go to, you think that is heartless, because it's not easy for you buying these things, and then when you got to stand up and watch people break it down, it's not easy. If we had somewhere to go, we want to be in here, but we just be in here with all the mud, with all the flood, because of how the time is. We living in here, and all they coming and do is make we uncomfortable all the time. They ain't coming and telling you nothing. They ain't giving you no positive word. Nothing they ain't telling you. Just left hopeless. Every time they come to break, they left you hopeless. You keep wondering now, what these people really doing? What these people really doing? It ain't easy. It ain't easy. We glad if they could come up with something and tell we what they're doing and decide on what they're doing, give we a piece of land, because it ain't easy for living here. Every time these people in front, we don't get house lot, every time they get vexed, they pull out your bridge, they break your bridge, you ain't got nowhere for walk out. How you getting you throwing them out to school? Because these people in front there that already have land, them ain't easy to deal with. Every time you put a bridge there for walk, cause they break it out. It ain't easy. You got children in here, you got to get them out to school. How you getting them out to school? It's not easy. It's not easy. They need them to come and tell we what they're really doing, or if they got a plan for we, let it give we a piece of land that we go and live. Because it ain't fair that every morning, since Margie's people coming and breaking. This is almost December, this is the last day of the month. And up to now, they ain't give we a word what they're doing. All they coming and do is break all the time. It's not fair. We's Guyanese and we need to live too. You got a lot of people come from elsewhere and got big land. And we're born Guyanese and got children in the 30s and can't get a piece of land. They got application in housing for how many years? And every time you go into housing, we ain't reach a year. When you are going to reach a year when we tell grandmother what going to happen to we children them? It's not easy. I grew up with me mother 22 years. My mother applying housing. My mother then she 50s now. We grew up on a squatting, and me up to this day I'm 30 years of it. Me mother ain't get a piece of land yet. I grew up 30 years now and me ain't get a piece of land. Why giving me children? Me mother come to get a piece, so we grew up on squatting as well. And up to this day, my mother still living on the squatting. She turned them out to end up living on the squatting because the other girl over by the blue window is my sister. It ain't easy in here. It ain't easy. I'm glad if somebody could look into it and deal with we. Give we a proper life. They're claiming that they're going to give Guyanese a better life and all these things. And this is not the better land where they come in and break. Watch, they break that woman house over there. The only thing was to go on is the lady door had to swing on. And it's gone, she got out for buy she inches for swing on the door because she got blind on the door and the rain pouring in on the blind. They come and they break down the lady house. When the lady go up to them, now they're pushing the lady away, pushing the lady away. It ain't easy. The woman crying all the time, I got a small house, I can't put you in my house, somebody else have to rescue she. It's not easy. I'm sorry for she whole mind. She crying, she ain't know where she next move. She pack up all she thing, all she suitcase, all she ain't know where she next move. It's hard. It ain't easy, innit? Back in 2020, when we first come and squat, after it was a big squat and a lot of people they come and bail and say they bring the whole police force, they shoot we up with pellet. I was in that all the years I in that. I was the longest person living in Success. They shoot you up with pellet, they bring big pipe. I mean, to do these things so people have a comfortable life, they're not doing these things, but for make people uncomfortable, they're doing that. They bring big water pump, big pipe, everything. They pump water from the trench. When I see these people pump water, I stand up and cry because their hair is why they live. I had to bring out everything outside before them damage on the dam, and they flood this whole place. My husband go on the big drain for help carry out the water. Oh, because the coker them black, they bring down excavator and black all the cokers them. How this water going out? Every time this trench rains, it overflow. But it can't go out back because all the coker they black. They come back and next year they see we living comfortable. They come every time they come, these people just walking, watch. When they go back to office, I don't know where them let's go and say they come back now with a whole team now. Break down everybody. I put on a little extension because Christmas coming. All of there is a problem. It's not easy in here. They need to do something with me. I tired, I fed up. Sometimes I say like I could just go away or rent somewhere. But then at the end of the month, you got to find them children gotta go to school. You got to find rent. You still got to eat and live every day. Where you getting it from? Yeah,
Yep. That was success, folks. That was success on the East Coast, success squatting area. And of course, that resident there fearing victimization even more, victimization, didn't want to have her face shown. And we agreed with her. No sense making your hard life even more hard. That was a success. And we're going to continue, guys, to bring you these stories. So again, the question has to be asked, what's the housing policy? You applied for land, still waiting, still hoping. Her and her family, still waiting. All they want is a shelter over their head. And they're working, bringing in a penny, you know. But what's the process? She applied a little while now. This is not yesterday's success squatting area spouted. It's about a year, 2 years now they're out there engaging the system. But in another area, things could happen overnight. That's the country we're living in. That's our time this morning, guys. That's our time. And we encourage you to share the live so that others get valid, credible information. And guys, when you partner with us, you empower us to pursue stories like this. And that's why we want to encourage you this morning as well, to continue to partner with us. The guys are going to bring up the graphic for us so that you can empower us to pursue the truth wherever it leads. Guys, you know we're available via Cash App and Zelle and PayPal. MMG is a local Cash App here in Guyana. MoneyGram, Western Union, any place in the world. Help us to keep moving forward and to pursue these stories, to pursue the truth on your behalf. Thanks for your love, your support the last 11 months of the year. And thanks for your continued generosity. That's going to do it for us at this end. We're going to see you guys later in the day in our other program. Stay safe at your end, guys. Stay safe. Thanks for joining us.
Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
Let's fight!
Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $InTheRing592, Zelle and PayPal InTheRing592@gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments. Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
Let's fight!
Yes, You can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $in-the-ring592, Zelle and PayPal in-the-ring592@gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments.